Hi, welcome back. Yeah, first episode. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this. I think this episode might run a little bit short. I don't think that it's going to take too long. And basically the plan is to finish the heel board, and then maybe we'll see from there if we do anything else. If there's time in the video, then might look at doing the front footwell on the rocker plate or rocker panel. But yeah, let's see how far we can get on this one. Enjoy. Alrighty do. So what we've got here, we basically need to make a panel that is going to be that's going to finish that up into this corner over. Where's my pointer? Into this corner over here. You'll see I've already made it up. It was actually quite simple. I did it before making the video. Just to get an idea of how easy or how difficult it would be. There you can see there's a little bit of a lip there. It doesn't look like it, but it's about 5 millimeters big. And then also we've got the two bolts that the swing arm bolts onto, or the control arm bolts onto. Down the side here we've got a lip that welds onto that panel. There's a few spot welds on that panel over there. And then in the bottom of that panel there is another lip over there, which the floorboard section welds onto on the inside over there. So it's a pretty straightforward piece of sheet. Basically what I've done, there's the bottom 90 that the floor pan welds onto. The top lip, just a simple fold over lip that goes here. And then sorry about that. And then the flange on the side, which will go in here. And if everything goes according to plan, it should basically just weld into place like that, and we should have a new heel board. Let's get to it. Okay, there we go. There's the new kick plate in place, or heel plate in place. Quite happy with how that came out. Like I said before, I'm not going to be too worried about cleaning up all the welds now. That I'll do before going into the painting on the car. Like I said, this is a body off restore, so once the body is off and I can flip and twirl and lift it up and put it back down again. And I'll carry on with cleaning up all the welds and getting it. Obviously, the welds down on this side, I'll do that before I put this the dorsal on. Obviously, I'll clean that up and do a bit of rust protection here before assembling that. But for instance, this panel over here, I'm not going to be too worried about doing that now. That I'll do once the car's all put together. Well, once the body's off of the car, so that I can get in the back and all that. Reason why I'm saying that is, with a weld like this, when you do a weld like this, your metal tends to curve inwards. So I've got a lot of metal that's now pushing into the back of a car. Fortunately, this side's not too bad, but in the bottom, it's done quite a bit of pushing into the outside of a car. So I'll clean all that up when I can get in behind, and I can beat this back out a bit, and then I can clean all of this stuff up. But apart from that, I'm happy with where those holes line up. If I look at my seam here, remember this is a seam where the floorboard is going to, sorry, let me try and get you a better shot. So this floorboard is basically going to come out and then bend down on that seam. And if you follow that seam around, we pretty much squared up on all of this. So I'm really happy with how this is coming along. So yeah, let's see what else we can do next. Righty, so I messed up a little bit on this bracket. I stopped it short, well, in line with that panel over there. It's actually wrong. It comes up quite a bit and then goes down to the other side. So I'm going to quickly fix this up, get this right, and then drill a couple of holes for spot welds. Then figure out a way to line this up with the 2 holes that's in the heel plate in the back of the car. And then we can use the spot welds to weld this onto that new panel we've made. And then we've got our bracket mounted again. Okay, so that's all welded back in place. I've made holes for the flange where it spot welds back onto the chassis, and yeah, we're looking pretty good. So next step, like I said, we need to find out how we can get these to line up with the original holes, and we're good to go. We can weld that in place and we should be good. I am going to do a little bit of rust conversion on the back of this plate as well as on the body itself where this fits onto. Doesn't really mix with paint, but it's fine. I'm not going to be painting between these two faces in any case once it's in place. So I'd rather have a bit of rust converter in there to stop future issues on this panel, to prevent same thing happening again. So yeah, let me quickly do that and then we'll have a look at how to fit this back into the car. Alrighty, there we go. Found a couple of bolts that fits in that fitted that size. Use them to line up the mounting, and so we are all good again. I had to trim down the top a little bit. I was a little bit wide on this top edge, but that's all good. We line up in the bottom, everything there's good. The black you see here and here is the rust inhibitor that I used to seal it off. I did use it on the back of the mounting as well as on the heel plate itself. So inside there we've got decent rust prevention, and that's basically it. I think that's going to be for this episode. I'm going to leave it at that. We're running a bit long now, so we'll have a look next week at doing. Sorry for flashing you there, but next week we'll have a look at the front corner and see what we get focus, please. There we go. We'll have a look and see what we can do there, and then close that up. See what we can. I'm a bit concerned about that front corner, but I'll explain in next week's episode. Okay, so that will probably be it for this episode. I think we've got a decent amount done. Definitely have a lot more structure in the car. I mean, I'm sitting on it now and I can actually feel the movement on the car is getting less and less every time we do something. So really happy with what we're getting to now. Like I said, next week I'll have a look at that front kick plate. I need to get that in. Once that in, then we can start looking at the floorboard. The floorboard, like I said in the beginning, yes, I know I can get new floorboards. I have to import them. The rand-pound exchange rate at the moment is a bit tough, so it makes it a bit tricky to import, especially large panels. I think the last time I looked, the set of Spitfire panels is for one Spitfire floor panel is about 190 pounds. So keep in mind that excludes your shipping costs, which on a panel like that is going to be quite heavy. That also excludes your import duties and taxes and the local duties office. So I'm going to try and rebuild the floor in any case. The other thing that I'm going to be doing with the floor is I'm going to be doing the floor in small sections. So basically welding the dimples in the floor on their own. The edge on the floor where it welds onto what we've replaced, that I'm going to be doing separately, and then basically build up the floor. There's two reasons why I'm doing that. I'm not wanting to go and buy a whole piece of wood and cutting out a floorboard out of that and then using pneumatic hammers or something like that to shape the floor. The other reason why I'm doing that is I've got another Spitfire, it's a 1963 Mark 1. That I'm also looking at restoring coming down the line. Problem with that one is there is no floor in it, so I'm going to have to make a whole new floor section, not just repair. if I build this one correctly and I've got the shape, then I can go ahead and make a floor panel out of this cast floor and build a new floor panel from there for the other car. So it's a little bit of a two-way thing that I'm working on for future episodes. But for now, I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. Please remember to hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notifications when the next episode's out, hit the notification bell. And that's it. That's going to be me for this week. Have a good one and enjoy. Cheers. Oh, happy Father's Day, by the way.